are back, and I'm sitting here with V VanEllsbury. V, thank you for being here.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
So you've been around a really long time.
Been around for a bit, yeah.
You've been in a lot of different projects. We'll get to some of those as we go here. But your current project, you're finally the front man of your own band,
Yes,
11 Moons.
11 Moons.
Tell me about 11 Moons.
Well, 11 Moons is named after a lyric from a Jimi Hendrix song called One Rainy Wish. It's on Axis Bold as Love. And at the end, he talks about how 11 moons are playing across the rainbow between me and you. So I named it after that because I really enjoy his music and his guitar playing and, you know, how far out there he was.
Yeah, Jimmy's
Still
one of those,
is.
he's one of those guys that there was before him and there was after him.
Yeah.
Before him, everybody sounded like Chuck Berry.
Yep.
After him, everybody sounded like Jimi Hendrix until you hit Eddie Van Halen, and then it all changed again.
Yep. Yeah, I love watching that process.
Yeah.
And
It's a small group.
yeah, super cool.
So you guys are described online as a 6-piece psych, soul, blues, rock combo. That's not entirely accurate anymore, though, is it?
No. I've been working on adding more people to the band. Currently, we've got 11 people working together. So there's actually 4 singers, 5 including me, and 2 guitar players, 2 horn players. We've got a saxophone, or not a saxophone, sorry, a trombone and a trumpet. And then we have drums, and we have auxiliary percussion, and we have a keyboard player.
And were you thinking about your vision for the group and deemed all these instruments necessary, or were these people that you knew and you just wanted to work them into the group somehow?
June, my bass player, I've been playing with her for many years. Same with Vedron, my drummer. So that's kind of like the core group. And we used to be in a group called Bitter Canyon as well with my buddy Wally Neal. And we played in that band for several years too. And I was also in another band, Witch Tea. Yes. Recently.
The full name of which we cannot say
Yes.
on the show, I've been told, just so we're clear, but it's Witch with 2 I's, WIITCH, and then if you type in a T, it should autocomplete from there.
Yeah, 2 I's and that too.
Yep.
But yeah, I loved playing with them for, it was about 6 years, and back in June, I left that band and have been working on my own stuff since then. So, you know, I loved being in that band, but it was just taking up a lot of my time, and I wasn't able to be a band leader like I wanted to be. So that's what I'm focusing on right now.
Right. And that band's really interesting, actually.
It
because
is.
They only perform on full moons.
Full moons,
So
that's it.
Once a month or twice in a blue moon.
Yep, which we had this year.
Yeah. It was an October blue moon too, wasn't it? Or was it
it was September.
That's
Yep.
right. That's still pretty cool though. So
Yep.
little extra Witch Tea out there for you guys, and they're based out of Ames, as are you.
Based
correct?
out of Ames. Yep.
11 Moons is also, is that
Yes. Everybody's in Ames, and we're working on preparing for a show on 11/11 at Alluvial Brewing Company, which is right outside of Ames on the prairie. It's a beautiful venue.
Cool. So you guys are working on an EP, is that correct?
Yes. So there's some live recordings that we did back when we were just a 4-piece from last July. And the album was kind of something that got put on the back burner for me personally because of my top surgery. I had that back in June. Yes. So that took a little bit out of my time to be able to work on stuff. And then I recently got married too. So that's been, you know, the album was the thing that I could put on the back burner for a while. So I'm really looking forward to getting back to it and, you know, adding all of the new elements and
congratulations, by the way, on your wedding. I understand you added a part to your name after you got married.
After my wife's my wife's maiden name is Van Horn, so now we are both VanEllsbury, which is a combination of first part of her last name and my last name. We wanted to come up with something new together.
Exactly, and that's a fantastic way to go about that, by the way.
Thank you.
And so you've been a songwriter a long time, I understand, but now you're finally the front man of the group.
Yes.
Have you been the sole songwriter? Is that a different experience for you now?
Yes, it is definitely a different experience, just in like coming up with arrangements for 11 parts, and my keyboard player has been helping with the horns. Jonah, he's amazing, and I'm not super great with writing sheet music, but he's pretty good at it. So we've been kind of bouncing ideas off of each other. It's been fun to watch that happen. But other than that, I write all the songs, and I have written a lot of them over the years. But now I feel like I have a place where I want to play them, with people.
And have a little more control and have that. So you're arranging all the parts yourself. You got 11 people in the group, and that's 11 including you, correct?
Yes.
That's a lot of work.
Yes, it sure is.
Having done some jazz arranging myself, that's quite the task, especially for any given one song, let alone for a whole EP. How many songs do you guys have now, do you think?
Including the intro, it'll be 11 songs.
So you guys have a set intro for each song,
Oh no, just the intro to the album.
Oh,
so
okay.
Some of the recordings that I did for this album, I'm gonna use what I did during the pandemic. So it's just all me in the studio. That'll be like for the intro and for a couple of the tracks that are gonna be on the album. But the rest of them are recorded live, and then I'm going back through and doing overdubs of like guitar solos and vocals, and because I just did scratch tracks,
Sure.
with the vocals.
Yeah, anybody's familiar with the studio process.
Yeah.
It's a lot of overdubbing.
That's not
it's a lot
take
of
you're gonna
re-recording.
keep. Yeah.
Can we talk about your guitar for a second?
Yes.
You've got a Gretsch here with a Bigsby. This thing just looks beautiful.
Yes, it's my most recent guitar. I bought a couple years ago. Really enjoy it. I had it modded by my friend Spencer. There used to be knobs here and here, and it was just too much for me to focus on. So now I've just got the tone and the volume for both pickups, and then we switch back and forth here, and got the Bigsby, of course. It's lovely. I love this guitar a lot. I play it more than my Strat, so.
Yeah. I probably would too. Can you give us a lick on it real quick?
Yeah, sure.
That just sounds great. And you're running that through a Boss ME25 multi-effects pedal.
Yes, this is my old trusty. I'm actually retiring him from my main pedal board. So, but I wanted to play him today because he's got the looper and all my sounds that I've used for many years now.
And so you perform not only with the group 11 Moons, but as a solo artist sometimes, and there's duo looping is what you had said to me.
Yes, so I do looping solo, and then I do looping with my bassist in 11 Moons, June. She is just wonderful. She's my best friend. She was my best lady in my wedding, and we do all improvised looping, so nothing is rehearsed, and we've been playing together for so long that we have that like unspoken language between us.
I love that. It's actually most of the impromptu jams that we do here are just me coming up with a chord progression and surprising the guest with whatever I've come up with. So
that's largely what I do too, and that's arranging, like you were talking about, like jazz arrangements and stuff. It's definitely proving to be pretty challenging because
it's the opposite of that.
It is the opposite of that, but I'm trying to figure out how to make both of those meet in the middle.
Yeah,
and make it pretty organic still,
That's cool. That's an ambitious goal.
It is. It's been a dream of mine for a long time, to have this like wall of sound, like the Grateful Dead did, and Jimmy did, even with the 3-piece,
Yeah.
It's trying to figure out how to make both of those things meet in the middle, and we're doing a really good job of it. So
well, you guys have a great sound. I was watching some of your IPR videos and the
oh yeah, that was so much fun.
You guys played 8035? Am I
we
correct
did
about that?
Yep, last year.
And you guys sound really good.
Thanks, man.
And it's a unique sound. It's the type of thing that you'd see you guys walk up there and you don't quite know what to expect. You know what I mean? But it's got sort of a, I don't want to call it a spooky sound to it, but it's sort of got a mystical undertone. We'll say.
A lot of people have used that word or the word haunting for my music. I used to go by the Lionessa moniker. I don't use that name anymore, but I have an album out under that name too, and a lot of those songs are very haunting. So.
And now you're running this whole rig through this here. Can you tell me what this is?
Yeah, this is a Fender Blues Junior that's modded to look like your vintage amp from the 50s or 60s.
I was going to say, it's been rehoused,
It
correct?
has been rehoused, yep, and I bought it that way, so.
I love a good Blues Junior. We've had that amp on the show several times. I'm obviously playing through my Vox AC-15
Those
now.
are great too, yeah.
They actually have a very similar tube orientation.
Do they?
They do, I'm told.
Yeah, I see. Yeah, I'm still learning a lot about that.
We'll have
right?
to call Dirk. Dirk would know.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is just one of the best sounding amps out there, and it's actually quite a bit lighter than you would expect.
It's super light and it's really loud. You know, I hardly ever turn it up past like 7 on both sides. I mean, sometimes I turn it up to 11, but if I do, it definitely is too loud for the rest of the band. So yeah.
Awesome. Well, so you've got the EP you guys are working on. Have you actually gone into the studio and started recording that yet? I know you had plans to.
So my buddy who recorded my first album, Josh Weitzel, I met him when I was in college, and he is absolutely phenomenal at live sound. So I had him come and record us. It was last July, right after we played at 8035. And that was back when we were 4-piece. So we've got all those tracks, and I've been working with those at home in my home studio. So
cool.
Yep.
Did you guys get a recording from the XBK show? You guys opened for or played Vimka's release show.
Yes, we did. Yep. Yep.
I know they have masters for everything they do.
Yep,
at XBK,
Gabe sent that over to me in an email. Yep, I've got that. And yeah, that was like one of the only shows we've done this year so far.
Yeah, it's been a pretty light year. Of course, you've been busy.
Very light year, yes. But after the last 6 years, it was much needed.
Well, thank you for being here. We're going to have to wrap this up, but would you stick around and play a song with us?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet. Thanks, man.
V VanEllsbury, everybody.
This song is called Rise. I wrote it, probably about 4 years ago, right after I met my wife and my wife Alyssa. And this song is about reincarnation and finding your way back to things that you didn't think were possible, or people that you never thought you were going to see again. I don't wanna be in the dark no more, in the dark no more. I'm taking myself to another shore. What am I searching for? What am I fighting for? The key to open up the door. It's inside me, inside you. Show you things you never knew. Like you are beauty, you are great, you are worthy, you are safe. Inside me, inside you. Show you things you never knew. Like you are beauty, you are great, you are worthy, you are safe. So rise up from the grave. So rise up from the grave. Inside the sun, inside the moon, a reflection of me and you. Like we are strong and we are wise, we belong, we will rise. Inside the sun, inside the moon, a reflection of me and you. Like we are strong and we are wise, we belong and we will rise. So up from the grave. So rise
thank you for tuning into the Guitar Department. As always, I've been your host, Joe Alton. I want to thank my guest, V VanEllsbury. Thank you for being here, V.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
How can our loyal viewers find out where 11 Moons is playing and what's going on with them?
So we have a Facebook page and an Instagram page. The Facebook page is 11, the word spelled out, and 11 Moons on Facebook. And then on Instagram, it's _11_moons_. And we've got a show coming up on 11/11, and that's at Alluvial Brewing Company in Ames, Iowa. We've got Nathan Emerson doing a vintage liquid light show, and Extra Vision will be opening up for us, so we're super excited about it. Only show this fall, so come out and join us. It's going to be a really good night.
Definitely be sure to check that out, and be sure to check out our Facebook page at facebook.com/The Guitar Department, and our Instagram page at guitar_department. And with that, would you like to play us out? Yeah.